Hello everyone, in today's video tutorial we are going to learn the SmartArt feature. SmartArt features allow us to communicate our information to the audience without creating complex diagrams. In other words, you just work with the diagrams that are already provided by this feature. So to create a SmartArt feature, you can do it from the slide, or you go to the Insert tab and click on the SmartArt button. So when you click on the SmartArt button, you'll have the Choose a SmartArt graphics dialog box displayed with the different categories of the SmartArts. Just like I said, you do not need to create the complex diagrams while working with this SmartArt feature. You will only work with the provided graphics, as we can see from this area. So this area will always display to you the category of a selected SmartArt feature. But at the moment, we can have a view of all the different categories by just clicking on this scroll button. So when you click, you can see that now we have a different type. So this is possible because at the moment the selected option is all. So once this option is selected, it means you can have a view of all the different categories of SmartArts, as we can see from our screen. So if you want to have a view of a single category of SmartArt, then what you do is you go to the category list, click, and you'll have a view of only the graphics that fall under the selected type of SmartArt. So before we can insert a SmartArt, let's first of all have a quick look at these different types or categories of the SmartArt features. The first one is list. So with the list SmartArt, you can decide to work with it. That is, if you want to show information that does not contain or need you to follow step-by-step processes. In other words, you can work with it if you want to display the non-sequential information. Then another important feature with these graphics is that every SmartArt graphics that you see on the screen has got a name. So when they ask our learners, or they ask you, the learners, to insert a particular SmartArt graphics, then you have to be very conversant with these different categories. You just point at the different graphics, then you'll see the name of that particular graphics required. So all these ones fall under the list SmartArt. Then with the process SmartArt, so you can decide to work with this process SmartArt if you would like to illustrate steps or stages in a process. For instance, in computer we have this topic of computer generation, so which is from first generation and so on. So you can decide to illustrate such kind of stages using the process SmartArt. Then we have got the cycle SmartArt, which enables us to illustrate repetitive processes. So when you click, you will have a view of those graphics that can help you to illustrate such kind of repetitive processes. Then we have the hierarchy. So with the hierarchy, these are the different graphics under hierarchy. So with this category, you can work with it if you want to go ahead and create organizational charts. Then we have got the relationship SmartArt. So with this relationship SmartArt, you can go ahead and illustrate connections between two or more items or things that you would like to present to the audience. Then besides the illustrations, we have got the matrix, SmartArt, and these are the categories that fall under this matrix SmartArt. With the matrix SmartArt, they help us to go ahead and show or illustrate how parts relate to a central concept. And then lastly, we have the pyramid, and these are the different SmartArt graphics that you can insert if you have decided to work with the pyramid, and they will help you to show that proportional relationship. So these are the different categories of SmartArt graphics that you could insert in your presentation file. And what we have to note is that before you can decide to work with or insert a given category of SmartArt into your slide, you have to know which tasks you're going to work upon. So if you've understood the task you want to work upon, then you can go ahead and make the right choice from these different categories of SmartArt graphics. For instance, assuming you want to insert an organization chart to help you illustrate, for instance, the different hierarchy in a school. Like in a school, you have got the head teacher, the deputy, the doors, and so on. So you can decide to go ahead and work with this hierarchy SmartArt. So after you've selected, then you can now look at these different categories that fall under the hierarchy, or different layouts that you can choose to insert. Now, in this case, we shall select this organization chart. So after you've selected, you'll have the preview of that chart here, and also the description of that selected chart. Then from there, you can click on OK. So once you click on OK, you'll have the chart inserted into your slide. So when a SmartArt graphics is inserted into the slide, then we shall have two more tabs introduced in the tab area, and that is the Design tab and the Format tab, which helps us to go ahead and work with this SmartArt graphics that is inserted into the slide. So what we want to do is now to insert text into this SmartArt graphics that we have inserted into our slides. So to do that, there are two ways. One, we can just click in the shape where we see text. So after clicking, then you go on the keyboard and type, for instance, head teacher. So that is one way we can insert text into the shapes which comes with a given category of SmartArt. So if I don't want to click directly in the shape, then how can I enter text into a given shape? So to do that, we can also work with what we call the text pane. The text pane is a feature that normally appears around this area. So if you have it on the screen, then that is the text pane that you can work with. If you don't have it on the screen, just like on mine, what you do is you go to the Design tab, and from the Design tab you'll work with the Create Graphics group, whereby you'll click on Text Pane. So when you click on Text Pane, the text pane will be displayed as we can see on the screen. So what you type in a given shape within the graphics will always be displayed on the text pane. So assuming you want to insert text in this shape without clicking in the shape directly, then you will count the number of shapes in that SmartArt. Then you'll just go to this very text pane and click. So on clicking, this shape will be selected. Assuming you want to insert the text into this shape, what you do is to count that this is the second, third, then the fourth. So that means you will come and click there and you will have this shape selected. So to insert text here, we shall click in that area. Then we say after the deputy in a school, after the head teacher, we have got the deputy. Then to insert text here, we shall say we have got the DOS. Then we have got the teachers. And lastly, we have got the non-teaching staff. So that's how we can insert text in the shapes in a given SmartArt graphics that you have inserted into your slide. So after doing this, you can go ahead and save the changes, and there you have the SmartArt having the text. If you don't want to have a view of the text pane, you can just close or just click on this text pane button to hide or to show the text pane. Hope you found this video tutorial helpful to you. That's it for now. See you in our next tutorial.